Hey guys, it's Jenna. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing with you the top, I don't know how many there are, probably should have figured that out before. The top books that I want to get to before the end of 2017. So every single one of the books that I'm about to show you have been on my mind and my heart pretty much throughout the entire year, but for whatever reason I just haven't gotten to them yet. So I'm excited about all of them. Most of them I'm actually noticing are fantasy. And as you know, I have been putting off my favorite genre of fantasy all year for, again, whatever reason. Fantasy tends to be a little bit longer and more dense. And I've also have been naturally kind of exploring different genres this year. I've just heard about so many different new books from genres I haven't tried before. So my comfort zone has definitely expanded, which is cool. But I'm neglecting my favorite genre of fantasy. So I've had all of these in my brain throughout the entire year. I just haven't gotten to them yet. So without any further ado, let's just get into them. The first book, I actually just got it on Tuesday. I'm excited to share it with you guys. You probably know all about this because they're beautiful and amazing. But the first book that I want to get to before the end of the year, it's one of my bookish goals to actually read this exact book this year. And that is the illustrated version of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban by J.K. Rowling. Isn't it gorgeous? It came actually the day before it was published. So this was published on October 3rd, I believe, and I actually got it on the 2nd. So I am just in love with how it looks. It's gorgeous. It looks amazing with the other two that I have on the shelf. It's heavy as all get out, but I am so excited to get to this. And these are the editions of the books that I'm going to read to my future children. So I'm just excited to read this. And side note, I have never read this book right here. This is the only Harry Potter book that I haven't read. For some reason, I just skipped it when I was a kid. It doesn't make any sense, but that's what happened. I haven't read it, and that's why it's a bookish goal for me to read this exact book this year, because the illustrated version is now out. There's no excuse for me not to read it, and it just doesn't make sense that I haven't read it. So that's happening. That's the first book that I want to get to. The second book kind of ties in with the third. I want to reread The Queen of the Tearling. I've been saying this all year that I want to reread this because one of my other bookish goals is to get to the second book in the series, which is The Invasion of the Tearling, both by Erica Johansson. So I read this in 2015. It was one of my favorite books of the whole year. So it's not fresh in my mind. A lot happened that I just want to catch up on before I get to the second one, and then hopefully get to the third one, but we're not focusing on that right now. So I want to read these two as well. Next up, I have been saying I wanted to get to this book for months now, and it's just, again, it's fantasy. It hasn't happened. And that is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I have like 5 of her books on my shelf, and I haven't read any of them yet. It doesn't make sense. I've just been putting it off. There's so many other books that have just been coming into my life, and you guys understand the struggle. I don't even need to explain it. But I will eventually get to this before the end of the year. Next up, again, guess what? Another fantasy, and it's The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. I've wanted to read this for months as well, and I put it on a couple of TBRs, as I have with this one as well. But I just haven't gotten to it. I know it's amazing. I know I'm going to love it. I just have that gut feeling, as I do with all of these, really. But I've just been putting it off, so that was that. And the next one, again, wanted to get to it all year. It's probably the most gorgeous book I own. That is Jane Steele by Lindsay Fay. I love Jane Eyre. Doesn't make sense why I haven't read Jane Steele yet. I've heard nothing but fantastic things about this, and I'm excited to get to it. Again, hopefully by the end of the year. And then the last book that I have to share with you guys, I read the first book at the beginning of this year or late last year. I honestly can't remember. I liked the first book. It's extremely hyped, this duology is, on BookTube. And let me just show you what it is. It's Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. So again, I read Six of Crows at the beginning of this year, I liked it, but I didn't love it. I think it was one of those cases where the hype just got to me and everybody was obsessed with this series, especially when Crooked Kingdom came out at the beginning of 2017, I believe. So, I mean, it's gorgeous, and I liked the first one, but I think I was overall just a little bit disappointed because of the hype and how much everybody was obsessed with it, that I didn't immediately pick up the second one because I didn't feel like super motivated to. But at the same time, I still want to read it and see what happens. So, and I hate leaving series unfinished. So this is the last book that I would like to get to before the end of the year. So those are all the books that I wanted to share with you guys. Comment down below and let me know some of the books that you definitely want to get to before the end of the year. We're already in October, so we only have October, November, December? 3 months? That's crazy. We only have 3 months left in the whole year. That's insane. But that means Christmas is coming soon also, so that's a plus. Anyway, this was kind of weird and rambly. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. And like I said, let me know down below which books that you definitely want to get to before the end of the year. So I hope you enjoy this, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.